She may not look like much, but she's got it where it counts, kid. This is going to be a great haul today. We've got some Bricklink stuff. One Bricklink order not pictured here because it's running late, but I'll probably throw it in. An electronics item, which we'll get into that. It is Lego related. Bricks and pieces order from Lego.com, or at least some of it, the best sellers. I'm going to have to wait on all the rest of it. And this last one is from Keith, aka Barn Bricks, aka Dad Bod. He reached out to me on Instagram and had some DACTA stuff and asked if I was interested, and I was interested. There's some stuff in here I didn't have, and he even threw in a couple extra things. So we're going to tear into that and see what we got. We'll save that one for last, so let's get started. Alright, so we'll go smallest to largest like we normally do. I'm not sure what this is. I have an inkling of what it is. It was something I ordered a while back. Yeah, okay. I'm not really even sure what this is. It is a piece of technology. It's some kind of Bluetooth M5 thing. What I'm aiming to do with this is to control the circuit cubes Bluetooth controllers from like a Lego train remote, and this would be the intermediary. I got two of them. I hope I ordered the right thing. You know, I'm kind of following the example of a guy on Eurobricks who had done this, so hopefully I got the right stuff. If I did, then you can expect to see it in a future video. Maybe I'll do a tutorial or something. Okay, so this is one from Bricklink. I guess I'm ordering lots of parts to build some GBC stuff. Let me pull the paperwork out here just in case. Okay. Alright, so we got just a bunch of tiles. Yellow, light bluish gray, and black. I can never have enough of these. I've got a lot of projects that are going to use these. That one looks a little dirty. I think a lot of these were used, but you know, the price was fine, so maybe I will clean those up a bit. I got an Emmet, and the reason I bought an Emmet is I'm debating on building a GBC module by Pinwheel, and it's called Emmet's Crane. And there's an Emmet, maybe that's the face I'll use, operating the GBC crane. So you can just imagine the controls in front of him, and maybe things are going wrong. But that's why I bought this guy, because I am interested in doing some modules that have a little bit of theming, or at least a couple minifigs or something like that. That's odd. These have pieces already built into them. Okay. And I just realized there's actually different versions of this mold. Some have axle holes or pinholes all the way across the bottom, and then these are skipping every other one. But from this side, they're virtually identical. So I needed a few of those. You can never have enough of these guys. These are used a lot in GBC as well. And this was a spring I didn't have, but you never know when you're going to need a good spring for maybe not necessarily suspension, but for a GBC mechanism or something like that. And this actually is for a GBC mechanism, and that's the way it works. So this is going to be used to build a Akiyuki pneumatic module. This was a piece, I feel like I had one of these back in the day. The only ones I could find didn't have the spring, and maybe it's the same mold, I'm not even sure. So that's why I ordered that. Let's get this out of the way and get to the next one. Okay, so it's like a few days later, but this finally came in. So I'll just splice it into the video. I don't even know how to begin to open this. That's attached. You know what? All right. So yeah, there wasn't a whole lot in this order, but it was critical pieces. So I got 10 of these. They had a good price on them. These seem to be pretty frequent in GBC builds. This is for Nico's twin steer, just to match the colors, because I used a light bluish gray instead of whatever that is, the chrome pearl something another, whatever. It's white 1x9s. I'm not sure if we're going to put this in the dozer linkage module or not. I actually used very light bluish gray, which was in, like, I believe the Mindstorms NXT set was where that was most prevalent. 1x3 tiles, I guess I needed those. And then the most important piece, as I'm waiting for these, I think I got 6 of these from the seller, but there are 3 of these in that Akiyuki pneumatic module that I mentioned earlier. So I can finally start working on that again. Because that's the first part of the build, is like, you need that piece. So I skipped over it and built some of the frame, but yeah, I've been really waiting for that to come in so I can get to work on it. All right, another Bricklink order. This is from Bricks on the Dollar, aka Clutch. Took a little longer to ship out than I'm used to there, but you know, sometimes you get behind, or maybe, you know, life events, so I'm not really gonna make a big deal out of it. I think this is like my 4th or 5th order from them. They have a lot of parts, so there's a lot to go through here. And again, most of it for GBC. So these are the window pieces, the 2x1x2 high windows. Are the other pieces in here? No, they're separate. So ordered a bunch of these because a lot of GBC modules use these. I already need, I think, was it 6, 12, 24-ish for the dozer modules I built, and I'll figure it out. A couple of plates I needed, which I think I may have actually found those in the meantime. I'm so disorganized with my Lego. I'm just ordering things because I can't find the pieces. And a lot of times I do end up finding them in the meantime. So that is in great condition. That's a 2x1 electric plate, and these are actually useful in a few cases, maybe inside of a train where you're trying to get the power for the lights and you only have a 1x2 space. Those will save your butt. Got some 1x2 tiles in white and red. Again, these are for the dozer modules. I also got the wedge-shaped ones in white, and yeah, there's the red. I bought 2 of these. I have seen these every once in a while in a GBC module, but I had never owned one. It turns pretty good. That ought to be interesting to use. They are dusty, so maybe I'll try to clean them. I don't know if how well this will clean up with water. Maybe I better be careful how I clean it. The other one looks a bit cleaner there, but those will be fun. It should work fairly well for GBC. These are for a GBC, a pneumatic stepper module that I'm building. Dozer. Colors don't really match up that great. I don't know if you can tell, but it is what it is. Dozer. So many of these pieces I already found. These are the rubber Technic pieces, and they're actually used on the dozer module as well on the bottom as kind of feet that keep the module from sliding around, which is a creative use for them. And I probably have plenty of those, but couldn't find them. Those are dozer. Most of these I found a way around what but yeah, I had these are the minifigure stands, and I ended up using black, but I think they'll look better with gray. I'm doing 2 color variations of that model. I needed those. Dozer. Always need light blade plates, or tiles, I mean. There's another electric plate. A little dirty in that corner, but besides that, you know, as far as the contacts and everything, well, that's a little green. It is. They're always going to be a little bit dirty. A number 1 tile, and this is for my first Technic set. I'm pretty sure. I seriously doubt I had one before that. It was a go-kart set, so I'm going to try to piece that together. I'm not really worried about having every single piece in it being from that vintage, but it'd be a cool display piece because that was my first Technic set. Lots 1x2s with the 2 holes. Technic bricks. I've been unboxing a lot of those lately. Technic panels. You know, I needed one of these for something I was building, but it's got the round shape there. I guess you can use the 2x2s and just have a 1x4 plate on the bottom. It is what it is, but I needed those for something. Definitely needed these. These are for that pneumatic stepper module. These are used quite a bit in GBC. I didn't realize that before, but I probably have some of these. I feel like I do somewhere, but I couldn't find any. So I just started ordering a bunch of them. There's 1x2 clear bricks, and these are used quite a bit in GBC too, because they like you to be able to see what's going on. And then lots of these. So if you saw my video last week, you know, I built the Mold King Rainbow Stepper, which is originally designed by Berthel, and they did reach out to him for that design. So that's, they're on the up and up there. And it's basically a piece like this, but it's 2x2 square, and this is flat on the bottom. I want to try using round ones to try to free up the module a little bit where it works a little bit better. Other than that, I have needed these in a lot of, they're just showing up in a lot of instructions. I'm doing much more searching on Rebrickable and trying to find things to build, and these keep coming up. So I went ahead and I think there's 40 of them in there. So that's the one from Bricks on the Dollar. And now we've got one from Lego.com. We got the double whammy. It looks like the shipping company squished a little bit, and I would be very surprised if things weren't squished inside already by the Lego shipping department. But we shall see. Doesn't look like it. It's normally when you have a set and then you have a set on top of it, and then, you know, they really push down to get it closed and all that. Let's get that out of there so I don't dox myself. So I got this thing. I didn't even I forgot about that. You're the rabbit. Yeah, it is a weird box, and it's just so dense. I'm used to hearing, you know, the shake is instead of that tightly packed, and even the box feels thinner. It's kind of a weird packaging thing there. Okay, so there's not much here. I got a keychain with the blue minifig and then a little Lego tile. It is what it is. I'm not really sure why I got that. And then these were just some, I'm not even going to open this. This is just more RC parts that I've been kind of trying to get as many as I can of. This piece looked interesting for maybe like a semi-trailer hookup kind of thing. Blue gears I didn't have many of. I don't know if I have any of these gears. I don't know if that's a new one. New to me, I'm pretty sure. Some universal joints, and why did I order one universal joint? I'll bet there's supposed to be 5 in there, so I will look through and see. But I've got another box on the way. These were the frequent items, whatever they call it when they sell a lot of them. Best sellers. So these are the pieces that are coming first, and then I've got a whole another lot of parts that are gonna get here when they get here. Next, we have the absolute best box in this whole lot, but I've got to wait for a train to go by so you can hear me talk. So, all right, so this is going to be the best one out of the whole lot. This is from Keith, aka Barn Bricks, aka Dad Bod on YouTube. If you've watched any of Brick Trains or Jabo's Brickstar's videos or the A-Fool podcast, it's a name that comes up quite a bit. You know, he's got a store, Bricklink store, which I will link in the description. And he reached out to me and said, hey, I've got some DACTA stuff. I'm like, oh, let's see what you got. So we've got some really cool stuff here. So Barn Bricks is the name of the store. Thank you for your order. Thank you. Thanks again, Keith. So we've got some cool stuff here. So this is some paperwork from the Intelligent House set. And he had some things I didn't have. I didn't end up getting the set from him because, I mean, I already have one. But he had some things I didn't have. So we got to return this for a free mouse pad. Do you think they're still giving these away? Is it worth a try? I don't know. Not sure if oh, this is interesting. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he sent me a picture of this. This is really cool. I've never seen this anywhere, you know, where Lego actually kind of, well, that's not in English, put all this information out. So yeah, there's your active sensors that are powered. The light and angle sensor, touch and temperature were passive, non-powered. So that is really cool. Power consumption of all the motors and everything. Of course, they only had, it just says motor. They just had the 9-volt motor and the micro motor back then. Of course, they had train motors, but it wasn't really something you'd see in a DACTA set. And there you can see the micro motors are very slow, 30 RPMs without a load, maybe 20 with a load, because all the gearing is internal. Even though they're that tiny, there's a lot of gearing done internally. There is the floppy disk with Control App version 1.3 for Windows 3.1. This has already been uploaded to archive.org. I was really hoping there was going to be 2 discs because the Intelligent House came with its own disk. And as far as I know, no one has found it or archived it. So looking forward to the day when that happens, especially if they have the Windows version. If they have the Mac version, I've got some friends I'll let know that it has been found and archived. This is the instructions for it, and I already have 2 copies of this. This is my 3rd, but this is the only one, come on, focus, where the pages aren't falling out of it. I think we're about to find out. Yeah, so this is in good condition, so that's great to have, finally have one of these that's actually not falling apart. And this was something I was excited about. This is something I didn't have. And this is the how-to guide for the software I was just talking about. So that's what it looks like. Of course, this is for a Mac. But, you know, it was an actual, you know, activity center kind of thing where you could control everything. So I would absolutely love to be able to find this software. This is really cool. So I'll see about scanning this and uploading it somewhere. It's very short, just a short little manual. But again, I had never seen it before, so this is new. This is cool. And then another parts sheet. This actually, I think this might be in better condition than the one I have. So that's really cool. And here we go. This is a set I've been looking for a while too. And it's not like it's that rare. It's just when they pop up, people tend to list it for way too much. To me, a DACTA set like this, it's maybe 99% complete. It's used, you know. I'll do about $100 shipped, depending on what it is. If, you know, this is one that tends to pop up less than others. And even this, like the branding is a little different. It's a different, there's no DACTA logo. It just literally says DACTA and learning concepts. So I don't think this matches anything else I have. So it's interesting to see. This is the 9665. It doesn't say the name of the set on it. Oh, let me think. Mechanical something another. So there's some of the pieces in there, but let's just look inside the set. And it actually got here pretty pretty good. I'm used to seeing much more jumbled messes when they're shipped. So we've got two pneumatic pumps, oddly enough. We got the small pneumatic cylinder there. Some interesting gears. I don't know if I had this gear in green. So this was, I mean, I guess these gears started showing up around the Bionicle era, I want to say. So this is a bit of a newer set. That's odd. I don't think this is the original motor, because you can see you've got the old gray battery box. Let's see how the battery box looks. Yeah, it's got some corrosion, so I'll probably swap this with one of my ones in better condition. But this is a light bluish gray motor, so this is probably the lighter version, I think. Oh, it sounds rough. Yeah, that's fine. You know, I've got plenty of this stuff, and that's kind of what I expect when I'm going through these old sets like this. So I'll throw another motor and battery box in here. You've got the pole reverser switch, which I'm getting quite the collection of, but I have a use for these. That's going to be coming up soon here for some GBC stuff. We've got a clutch gear, differential. We got lots and lots of belts here, so that's really cool. Okay. Oh, here's an extra you might appreciate, Keith. Very cool. Yeah. I don't think I have any of these sealed parts packs like this. That's interesting. Bag made of lope. LDPE. That's cool, man. I appreciate that, Keith. Got one cable, so of course I'll end up making my own because these this is falling apart. But this set actually I think came with 1, 2, 3 cables. String that I guess came with it, or I don't know if this is was just put in here. It feels about right. I'm not really sure. Couple hoses, which I've got plenty of hose because I buy rolls of it from eBay. All right. So then we've got the other parts list there. And this is actually different than the other one, because the other one had the wires on the bottom here. It's odd that they would have two versions of it. And then we've got all of the paperwork. So let's see what all we got in here. I won't go through every single thing. What is going on here? What is this guy doing? There's the supervisor. He is not thrilled. Maybe dude's working too slow. I'm not really sure. What is this down here? Let's start at the beginning. What on earth is this? This is Homer Simpson. That looks like a character from Doug. What on earth is this? Pinball machine. There you go. So he's like, look, the numbers are down. We need to work harder. And he's like, I just want to play pinball. Oh man, this is incredible. Candles or something going on there. Okay. Recycling truck. I don't know why these are so hilarious to me. So she's like walking by the hospital bed with cups full of balls that are falling everywhere. Like, is she building a GBC module? Was that a thing back then? That's the one we've seen. I've got a painter, and the painting's like looking at him like disapprovingly. What on earth is this? This is so crazy. Why are they like manhandling that car just manually? I guess they're saying like this is before, mechanical robotic stuff that builds the cars. Like, like if we didn't have that, something very wrong with that car wash. I do not recommend going to that car wash. Again, I guess you need 4 sets to build that. What? He wants 1,000 Lego. I do too, bud. I do too. God, I have no clue. Wow, look at all the languages they have there. Yeah, I guess, yeah, GBC module. Confirmed. A CD stacker? Something? Conveyor belt. Package handler. Yeah, material handling. Mixing stuff. Yeah, there's the car wash. Hopefully that doesn't damage that Hot Wheels car there. It's kind of funny to see another toy in a Lego piece of, literature. I guess this is a candy dispenser, and then we've got powering the machines. Okay. That was very interesting. I need to get all this stuff scanned because I've never seen this stuff before. I'll see if it exists, but if it doesn't, I'll go through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and we'll just kind of look. Whatever that is. Let's look at the last one's usually the most. Well, it's very thin, so not much going on there either. Just a pump. There's a good, like, thick one. These feel thicker. So, 2. I don't know what the heck that is. These are very strange. Like, I would expect, I don't recognize any of these builds from like the front of the box. Yeah, they're just like little machines. Still, very interesting. Oh, this is so crazy. I feel like I'm dreaming right now because this is just uncanny. Everything in there. We'll throw that in there. Oh. And, if I was to part this out, these are some weird pieces that would have been hard to find. Like, what on earth is that? I don't think that's in very many other sets, unless it's just an older piece I'm not familiar with. We've got some 40 tooth. I guess that's rust, is I believe what these red gears are usually known by. Yeah, that's probably rust. So there's 2 of those. We've got these kind of linkage pieces here, which don't think I have had those before. So there's definitely some very interesting pieces. I'm curious if there's more instructions out there. Like, I don't really remember seeing this being built. I guess these are the builds from it. That's very interesting. I hope maybe one day I can find more curriculum that goes with this. Because, all these things would have been built for a reason and to demonstrate some principle or something. But it is an interesting set because it, combines, electrical and pneumatic, which, if I'm not mistaken, this is the only DACTA set to do that. And if there was, maybe one other set did. So that kind of sets it apart in itself. So it's very cool to see. Thanks for the extra items. Again, check out Keith's store. It is Barn Bricks on Bricklink, which I will link in the description. And I mentioned it to him and anybody else out there. Do not throw these cables away. What you can snip the wire off because the wire is garbage. But save these and send them to somebody like me. I would, pay to have. If you got a stack of those. They're worth something to me because there isn't a third party that's making replacements for these like they are for the power functions cables. So something to keep in mind. And thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.